His torso is not the same color of blue as everyone else. So is his, you know what? I feel like this guy is just playing with you, dude. Oh yeah, I just noticed this as well. Let me see.
Alright, so high speed, you're dismissed, okay? Like,
Okay.
if you're gonna come here to troll, I'm not gonna do this, okay?
Okay, look at that. He's already done. Sleepy. I am wasting a lot of time. I think it's because I have a lot of people. Not at all. I'm sorry, Bobby. It's just that, advanced
Yes, Sleepy. There's a gap
skin
here.
tone settings exist. I think they're too busy trying to see what type of green they're setting their legs to. I'm gonna give them like a minute. If you're colorblind, I'm really sorry, by the way. Okay, great. Will there be a quiz at the end? No, there will not be a quiz at the end. Hey, Sleepy, you can press F to one. You guys should remember that, by the way. Okay, we're gonna be starting this really fast. What you're doing right now is called a 6-man front. Luckily, you guys have pads, so you should be able to do this pretty well. As Verkian just told you, you're supposed to fill the gaps, make sure the lines are filled, right to left. Well, no, yeah, right to left. From my perspective, it's left to right. We can ignore that. Okay. Pete, go in more detail. Arm gaps. Oh yeah. I'm taught in the 39th. It should be 2 studs, but right now, what you're doing is fine. The arms should not be touching. You don't care about that. Okay. Okay. But yeah, at least a stud apart from each other, and 2 studs. 2 studs. That doesn't look like 2 studs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 studs in distance between every rank. Use the length of the box on. Okay. Yo, you're so lucky. Hey, I'm going to enable permission to speak. So if you want to ask for permission to speak, you have to type out. That's what you have to say. I will not be accepting PTS. So, for example, Ike's, what are you gonna say? Okay, you didn't ask for permission to speak when typing out okay? So I'm gonna need you to ask permission. Okay, first of all, you need to capitalize P and you need to use a punctuation mark. Can you repeat that again? Okay, awesome. Okay, what do you want to say? Okay. When you're addressing me with yes or no, sir, I want you to use grammar, okay? If you ask for permission to speak, you don't need to use grammar. But only when you're replying to me. Okay, that's great. Okay. I don't have access to commands, so I'll have to do this with person. They do. Oh no. I said that they don't need permission. They don't need to use grammar when speaking after permission's been given, but they need to use grammar when asking for permission to speak. Thank you for that, by the way. Okay. Okay, great. Okay. Okay. What you're doing right now is technically a shoulder to shoulder STS. Right now I'm going to demonstrate what a shoulder to shoulder on me is like, with that clone over there. So what you should be doing is that to the right shoulder of him, actually not to the right shoulder, to his left shoulder, you should be aligning yourself with them in a straight line. Give a stud. So you should be able to put an arm in there. They'll demonstrate. Yeah. And it fits. Great. Okay. So now that I've demonstrated this, I'd like everyone to go shoulder to shoulder on my clone. What are you doing? I said to his left shoulder. You always go to the left shoulder of every single person on the line. Okay. 6-man front as well. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ancient, I want you to go behind my clone. He's the right hand marker, so that should be the guy that you're going behind at all times when filling a new line. Okay. Should be able to fill a whole person with the gap in between. So let me walk across this. Should just be okay. That is great. I want you to straighten out this line, Ancient. Okay, great. Sleepy. Exol. Templar. Boogerman. I'm just gonna be saying your display names because it can't be asked to look at your actual username. Booger, what are you doing? I need to be able to fit my arm in the space between you and Templar. Are you in the stage?
People in the back should back up. In the
Okay.
front are okay. It's the back that is the issue.
Okay. Booger, you should take a few steps back. Guess this is okay. Sorry for moving you, Templar. Okay. Butcher spew. You should move back a bit so I should be able to move without my arms touching your body. Come on. It's not that hard. Okay, great. What are you doing, sleeping? You should be aligned with him. Okay, good. Ancient, you should be in line with Exol. Okay? Just come.
Yeah, I'll
take
take this part, okay?
a little step left. Okay.
Right, so use. Take a step towards the left. Salt, you too. Salt. Take a step towards the left. Constant, same thing. Funny. Funny. Are you listening? Funny man. Take a step towards the left.
Just gotta make sure the detain tool's actually working. Okay, sorry.
Salt, come back a little bit.
What the hell did I? There. Sorry.
Come back more. Salt. One arm distance between constant. Same thing. Use. It's yeah. Hold on. Take a little bit, like yeah, like this. Yep. Nope. Go back a little bit right, like this. Nope.
Yeah.
You're too close to Raptor. Crouch down to be for micro adjustments, like this. Front row's okay. Second row. Right, so that's. Did this guy join late?
Yeah. I've seen his name before. Let me check the stage. Oh yeah, there were 14 people
But
starting.
yeah, that's how you do a
this.
proper 6-man front, okay? One arm distance between your teammate, no more than 6 people in a row. One body distance between the people behind you. Y'all got this.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna ask for questions because it's pretty simple. You guys should all know what a single file line is, right?
Do you all understand what I just said? Come on, get a respawn. Great.
Okay, great. Oh my god. Punctuation and grammar, it's not that hard. Can you repeat that again, Raptor? Oh my god. So I asked you to correct yourself, and you're given like 30 seconds, 20 seconds to type it out, and you still managed to type it wrong. I want you to type it out again. Okay. Okay. So do you know what to type out now? Okay. Are you a native English speaker? Yeah, I don't have all day. Okay. So if you're not going to give me a response, I'm going to have to take you out of this basic training. Is that understood? You can't hear too well. Well, you can increase my my volume for Discord. should be able to do that for anyone. You can increase my user volume to 150%, 200%. Okay.
Well, this guy figures out how to speak English. Can everyone else do a single file line on me? Everyone. Everyone. Not you, Raptor. Stay in formation. Not you, Raptor. Raptor, go back in formation. Forwards and march. March. Come on.
Follow the guy.
Double time.
That means to one. In order to one, you press F.
Yes. Press F to run.
Okay. You guys should be in a line. You shouldn't be
Oops.
blobbing up.
Never mind.
If a guy's inside you, you should like
What?
wait, like, okay, hold on. Let me rephrase that. If you are blobbing up, you should just take a second to wait for the other person to run in front of you, so you can run. You won't be running into him, if that makes sense. So it looks like a line. I'm talking
By the
to
way,
you, Booger Man. You should like stand for a second. Okay, good.
don't make the same mistake as me, okay? Do not step on the grass, okay? Like if you're on this map during an event, do not step on the grass.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so stop here. Halt. I'm gonna let you do this section, Hammer.
Okay. I am going to kick Raptor.
He left himself.
Oof. Oh, okay. You guys are free to move around now. I'll be explaining the vehicles. I've been able to go to a few raids myself, so I should be able to explain this pretty well. Here's the basic Jeep. You'll be using this pretty often. It's not got a lot of armor, so if you get shot by like an AP shell, like everyone's dead. So, but other than that, pretty good way of mobility, especially for what's the raid again? Let's look at the schedule. Yeah, Norden. This is an armored truck. Well, not that armored. It's got an MG on it. You should be able to take out a few infantry. Pretty good for Norden as well. Likewise for the Jeep, if you get shot by a tank, yeah, the vehicle's gone. Anti-tank truck. Doesn't have a lot of armor, but it's good for taking out tanks. So, and the mobility is pretty good as well. So if they miss their shot, you should be able to take yours out, and hopefully disable a tank and kill everyone inside. I think this is a light tank. It's not got a lot of armor compared to the battle tank over there. It's medium tank, so my bad. Medium tank. It's got pretty good damage, pretty good armor. For the enemy tank over here, this is for the Nubic Stratocracy. Vulnerable points are at the sides where there's not a lot of armor. From the color, of course. Sorry. Nubic Stratocracy has green vehicles, oftentimes the shield, so you should be able to tell them apart. They're the enemy. So if you see a green tank coming at you, most likely they're gonna kill you. Who is Nubic Stratocracy? Okay. They are our enemy. They are a military dictatorship that we are fighting against in a civil war. I think that's the most I can say about this. About the tank, you should be able to shoot the sides, do a lot of damage. The enemy, yeah, they are the enemy, main op force for our group. The engine over here is the weak point. If you take out the engine, the tank's gone full. This is the tank destroyer that the enemy uses. Mainly used against tanks. Not that good against infantry. So if you're not in an armored vehicle, you have nothing to worry about. Same for the okay. Yeah, you can speak. We have light tanks. I don't. I can't remember if we did have. What? We do? Okay. It's not the same as the armored car though, right? Okay. What do you want to say? Yeah, you can speak. Really? I don't think it's the same as the Nubix Autocracy armored car though. It has a light cannon on it. I think we've only got an MG, but I don't know. See. Yeah. Same type of turret. Okay. This is the main battle tank. It's good for a lot of purposes, especially tank to tank and infantry. So if you see this, you should probably call for anti-tank, like a tank destroyer over here. What do you want to say, Salt? Take your time. Okay, I'm just gonna assume you don't have anything to say. Right. That should be our tanks covered. What do you want to say? That is true. We have APCs. Yeah. We have APCs on Nadan, I think. Nada. Yeah, Nadan. I think that's slightly worse than the Nubic Autocracy APC though. What you see over here. I think it's better armored. Cannon's about the same though, I think. Okay. Armored car over here. I am not going to be taking any more PTSs. This is the armored core. Got a light tank, light tag cannon. Pretty mobile, but doesn't have a lot of armor. Infantry can't do much to it, and it's mainly anti-infantry. So if you see this on your point, you're most likely dead. To be honest, if there's no armored support there, you're dead. Okay. I'm gonna be going to the firing range. I'll be a moment. Oh my god, someone got flung. Okay, I want everyone to stop moving. You might get flung, that's why I'm asking. Okay, great. Nobody got flung. I want everyone to form a 6-man front. Great. You guys are shuffling too much, and there's a gap next to Exol, so I want you to fill it. Funny man. Great. Okay. Noobia, don't want you crouching. Great. We're now in the firing range. This is where you'll be learning how to use a gun. Familiarize yourself with controls, so on and so forth. We're going to be going into that shack to get you your morph. So I want everyone to form a single file line on me. Okay. Great. And we'll go in one by one so we don't like trap ourselves in the door. Great. Okay. Halt. Okay. I want every single one of you to get the morph and walk into the classroom. Don't take a seat though until I tell you to. Okay. You may take your morph. One at a time. Great. Are you on PC? Be able to take it. Okay. Ethan, go into the classroom. Okay, both of you. I said one at a time, XL. Go back. Shouldn't be taking this long. Yeah, don't sweat it too much. Okay, I want you to go into the classroom, Burger. Awesome. Okay. You should not be doing what that guy did and shooting indoors, you know. Not good for your ears. We're going to be going over what to do and what to not do on the firing range. As you can see, if you can read here, we got the 4 rules that you must follow on the firing range. Most important of them is you should not fire when someone else is on the firing range. Sorry, I bugged out for a second. You should not fire when someone else is being on walking around on the firing range. First rule is that you should treat every firearm as if it's loaded. You know, this is a Roblox game, so don't think you'll be doing much if you just shot yourselves. But in a raid or whatever, there's TK. You should not be shooting at people. Second rule: pointing your firearm at a safe direction. Don't be an idiot and stim and point guns at other people in a rally or a raid or whatever. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Third rule: fire and cease fire when ordered to. Yeah, basic listening. You should be able to know when to shoot and when to not shoot. When I tell you to fire, you should fire, so on and so forth. Most importantly, you should stop firing when I tell you to cease fire. Fourth rule: beware of what is behind and around your target. Okay, so let's say there's a bunch of civilians at the armored car you're shooting at. You know, make sure you're shooting at the armored car and not the civilians. Or let's say you have an RPG. Don't shoot at the armored tank that's on your side. Is this all understood? Awesome. Oh, this is so brilliant, guys. Nobody made a single mistake. Aixa, do you have a gun? Okay, great. I want everyone to form a single file line on me. Okay, we're gonna be marching out of here. Okay. Make sure you have space between people and you're not sniffing at each other's necks. Okay? Sleepy, Boogermount, what are you doing? You should not be that far apart from each other. You might be a bit confused, and that's okay. Yeah, you can speak. Okay, yeah. You just have to be like a couple studs apart from each other. Probably like 1, 2, 3 studs away from each other. Yeah, good. Okay. I want everyone to pick a pad. Okay. Great. Okay. It's very important to know how to use. Sorry, cut out for a second. How to use your weapon. Okay. So I want everyone to equip. Okay. Actually, I did not tell you to put out your weapon. Good. Okay. I want everyone to equip their weapon. Awesome. I want everyone to look forward. Don't like jitter around. Great. So I'm gonna go over gun controls. As you guys should know, you press F to sprint. Pretty important for moving around. On raid maps, you press E to wall, like you do a short wall. I'm not gonna take permission to speak here. Oh, you don't have a pad. Okay. You could just go between these two. Right. You have a gun, right? Okay. You can do a combat wall. Pretty important. You can do it in the middle of the air when you're running, and you do that a few times. You should be able to be in front of the person that's running in front of you. Okay, great. You can't wall here though. If that's what you're thinking. You press Q to zoom. Press Q to zoom, so there's less spread when you're firing, and you should also be able to see your target a bit better. R to reload. Okay, so I'm going to give the command to fire. Fire. Okay, ceasefire. I did not tell you to reload. Okay, it's pretty important, you know. Orders are orders. If you ran out of ammo while I told you to fire, you'd reload because you'd be expected to fire again. But this time I told you to cease fire, and your mags should be half full. Okay, now I'm going to tell you to reload. You press R to reload. Oh wow, that's great sync, guys. So 5 of you get... Oh my god. 5 of you do it at the same time. If you don't like the cursor of your gun, you can press N to change between like square brackets, you got thick outlines, so on and so forth. C to crouch, you already know that, to make macro adjustments for your formations. Okay, I want everyone to fire. Okay, ceasefire. Hold on.
Just wait a second. Wait a second. Just like issues with your host. Zen?
Moment.
Right.
What is it? Sorry.
Can you take over? The candidate left.
What part did he leave off on? Because I had to go. Okay, a minute.
He was doing keybinds.
Ah, the keybinds. All right. Now, quick question to you all: have any of you played Narima before? Because if you play Naramo, you'll probably know at least most of what you're doing. Oh, great. Lots of people. All right. So there is one key difference in this game compared to your average Nubic Autocracy game, and that is if you lower your weapon, it's G instead of T. Not sure why that happened. Not sure why it's like that, but let's just hope that they change it sometime in the future. Another thing that's important to note is that if you want to change your cursor to whatever you wish, you press N, and it will give you a little selection of 4 different cursors. There's no meta when it comes to the cursors. It's really just your own preference, which one you like. One second. My father's returned. As you all know, crouching, very important. Another thing to note when it comes to E for rolling is that you can also use E for rolling up hills. Very convenient when you need to climb a steep hill. Let me think. Is there anything else he covered that he hasn't covered when it comes to the keybinds? All right. And he went over the shooting already with you guys. Unlock the weapon camera. I don't think I've ever used a weapon camera unlock before.
Alright, so what I want y'all to
Ooh,
do
Nova.
is aim your weapon real quick. And spin. Like, look around like this.
I totally forgot this existed.
Now, if you press V, it's not gonna do that goofy shit anymore. So you can, like, walk around freely with your weapon however you like it. Alright? Stop shooting.
Additionally, weapon lowering also works like
Come
that
on,
as
stop
well.
shooting.
So if you lower your weapon, you can move your mouse around freely as well. So if you just lower your weapons real quick and move your mouse around, you'll notice you're not spinning around like an idiot. Changes firing mode in this game apparently. Now, something important to note is that in this game we do a lot of jump shotting. Jump shotting essentially just spam jumping while shooting. Pretty much the tried and true tactic in this game. So what I'm gonna have you guys do is I'm gonna have you guys shoot the targets in front of you, but this time you're going to be spam jumping in place. Do not stop shooting until I tell you to stop. Ready? Fire. Cease fire. Okay, good. Everyone reload your weapons. Make sure you load it up. Alright. Let me just quick. Oh, fucking fly. Would you like to take back control, Verk? Because I need to go speak to my dad. Oh, he's gone AFK. Alright.
Me?
Yeah, I gotta go talk to my dad because he just came back and I wanted to ask him
Alright,
something.
single fell on me. You know, actually, never mind. Hold on. Just gonna. Someone got flinked. Can you type one in
I'll be
chat
right
if you got flinked? Type one in chat if you. Okay. So. Come back at the same area you were. Alright, so. I'll answer your question later. Is anyone of you. A mobile player? By the way, do a 6-man front in front of me. Nope, Salt. Ancient was the right marker. You to use. Another mobile. Right, so nobody should have an issue doing this. Looks like. So, obviously, this is an obby part. You have to climb, jump, all that shit, okay? Now, I don't want any cheating of any sort, okay? If you fall, you come back to the last checkpoint. There is checkpoints on there, so let's say you made it all the way over here, like on these poles, but then you fall down. You'll go back here. Same logic goes here. If you like fall halfway here, you come back all the way to the start. Is this understood? Alright. So,
Back. Sorry about that.
you already back? Alright. Take over.
All right. Hello again. I'm Zenfrins. As opposed to calling me sir, just call me instructor instead. A little bit more complicated, but it's basically the same as saying sir. Just say instructor instead with a capital I. Did you already demonstrate how the course works?
Mm,
Work.
partially. Like, only demonstrated the polls.
Ah. So once you've gone past the posts, you will you essentially got to go through the water tunnels here. It's a little bit difficult. It can be a little bit annoying sometimes when you're trying to go through it. Once you've gone to this point, you have to climb up the tower. Can be quite annoying sometimes. This is the part that a lot of people get hung up on. Even I get hung up on it. I usually have to turn my shift lock on just to go up the damn tower. But essentially, just go up the tower like so, and make your way down the rope and form a six-man front here. And one of the instructors will be standing here waiting for you to form said six-man front. Any questions? Any quick questions before we begin? Capital N constant, remember.
By the way, I heavily recommend that you use shift lock for all of the obby.
I recommend that too. Important things to note. If you are climbing a rope or a ladder, do not use F sprint because it bugs out the game. And as you can see, I'm sprinting and I can't go up the ladder. But if I turn off my sprint, I can go up like normal. Keep this in mind when you're going through the obby. It's pretty much the only way you can do it. All right, you're going to have a. I'll give you a 3-minute timer to get through this obby. So I'll give you 3 minutes. All right. So what I want you guys to do is that I want the back line to just take a step back. Don't worry about like six-man front. I just want you guys to take a step back. Front line, take a step back. All right. Once the timer begins, you may start. What was it? Remember, using shift makes it a lot easier.
By the way, don't do the last part. This is something the dev included. Don't do the last part. Do not do the last part. Yeah, don't do this. Conscripts, get back down. 6 men front. 6 men front. Come on.
Look, it's the Dark Souls of it's the Dark Souls of the
Fucking
course. Look up.
Tower of Babel, bro. What even is this?
What in the fucking skyscraper is this? Don't worry, guys, I got this.
You gotta say fully X2. Yeah, so what do you want to say, Salt? Sure, if it's like still here and the dev doesn't remove it, it's like once you're dismissed, you can do whatever you want, you know, which is like pretty soon.
Noob, try to avoid spam jumping. All right. You may close the
Yeah,
countdown.
what up, X2? Nah, only after the training. What do you want to say, funny man?
Only true Nubians can do this tower. All right, this is the 39th tower. No,
Too bad, bro. He's not even a part of the training.
all right, so what we're going to do is that now that we've completed this, we're going to go over to where is it? I hate all these buildings look exactly the same. It annoys me. We're going to be going over the next section, which I'm going to TP you guys. I gotta remember what the teams are called in this. It's just federal, isn't it? Sure. All right, there we go. Oh, I grabbed Nick by accident. Would you like me to bring you as well, Vuk? Oh my god, I can see it. Oh my god. All right. All right. From here, we're going to be moving into the classrooms. Once you go into the classroom, we're going to be simply sitting down, and I'm going to be explaining the ranks to you guys. Once we've done that, we're going to be moving to the next section after that. So what I want you guys to do is form a single file line behind me here. What? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't just look forward. Just look forward. Just look. Don't worry about it. All right. So we're going to walk on my order. Ready, march. Oh, wrong room. Fuck. I always forget where this room is. Well, we've ended up in this room, so I'm going to start here. Feel free to have a quick look around. Alright, so if you all come over to me. Wrong way. I'm still at the entranceway where we were at before. We're going to start from here. Alright, first we're going to start on my right. This is the 1st Armored Division. Essentially, these are the guys with the big tanks that you'll see in-game. These guys are the dudes who help us with eliminating enemy vehicles and also support infantry when in combined arms situations. This is pretty much the most common division you'll see in game. Like out of all the divisions that you'll see, These guys you'll see a lot because they're pretty much the largest division outside of they're pretty much the largest division other than FGDF. You can identify them by their berets having the Mark 1 tank on it, as well as their jumpsuits. 1AD is also known as 155th sometimes, but they're not officially called that anymore. So if you was to hear someone say 155th, know that it means 1AD. If we turn around here, these guys are the military police. They're, from what I've known, they're pretty loppy. Currently, they're not officially in the game yet, but they're going to be added in due time. I believe they're going to be added to future maps that we may have in our arsenal. I'm not too sure what their duties are going to be specifically, but I imagine it's going to be something to do with maintaining order on civilians and such, much like you see in Naramo. If you guys turn around, here we've got the 39th Armored Cavalry Regiment. This is a subdivision. This is essentially a regiment of the 1st Armored Division. These guys, their main focus is mechanized infantry. They move to support tanks when in combat. So you'll see them either repairing or guarding armored vehicles. They also act as sort of shock troopers, essentially being used like pseudo shock troopers, essentially being used for more riskier approaches to operations, such as when we play Ward of Cows, they would be utilized in the tunnels, for example. They're also usually given anti-tank equipment. That too. This is a very good regiment to join if you want to have an infantry focused career. These guys are also very loppy, so they exude high discipline and they do not tolerate stimming. So be sure to keep that in mind if you intend to join them. Okay, right then below. You join them by simply joining their associated server. They only accept PFC plus. So if you're private first class, you can get in, but if you're regular private, you can't get in right now. PFC you gain by essentially attending events and showing that you're active and competent. If we turn around here, this is you guys. You guys right here. This is you guys, the regular infantry, the main infantry force. There's no specific number from what I know. If you show that you are there and you are present, people will notice. Over here, we've got the West Nubig Engineering Corps. Where's our local engineer at? What the fuck are you wearing? This is a member of the West Nubig Engineering Corps. They are essentially the developers and builders of our games. So you can thank them for constructing this lovely game that we're playing here. They also have iPads somehow. I don't know where they got it from. So if any of you have any talents in terms of deving, building, scripting, and you're interested in joining the engineering corps, they're always looking for new people to help with projects. These guys are the 25th Para Commando. They are our beamers, our clanners, our special forces. These guys are some of the best we've got. They are very effective at fighting in TPS, and they tend to be used for more clan-heavy battles. So mainly like clanning games and such, small team battles, and they're also used for moving behind enemy lines. So you'll usually see these guys will be using more specialized classes in games. So if there is a limited amount of people on a specialized class, they will be prioritized for it. The priority queue usually goes 25, 39th, and then FGDF. If we come over here, these are the soon-to-be Marines. I will not be taking PTSs right now because we have let this go on for long enough. Here we have the Marines. Essentially, behind here is probably going to be all the Navy outfits, for what I know. So you'll have like the Navy personnel. It'll also be the Marines, and you'll probably have some Navy Air Wing personnel too. Now over here is the best of the best. These guys are better than even 25 PCR. They are hand-picked. This is the Federal Security Directive. Their main job is protecting all of our HICOM. So in any event, you'll see these guys protecting HICOM. They also protect the Supreme Chancellor. They also protect the President. They protect the Vice President. Pretty much any high-ranking personnel in the FGDF and Greater West Nubia, FSD got it. That's their whole thing. These guys are handpicked mainly from 25 PCR. They're very hush-hush about who's part of the FSD as well, so be sure to keep that in mind. Alright. Any quick questions before I continue? Very quick questions. No long questions. Go ahead, Booga. I'll take... that's 1AD. You join 1AD. You join 1AD for any like armored vehicles other than like basic transport. So anything relating to armored vehicles, we should be done in the next like 5-10 minutes, I'd say. All right, we're gonna be moving to the next part. Where is it? I always forget where it is. Yeah, here we go. Once you've entered, sit down in any chair of your choosing. Sit down. Now we're going to go over some of the ranks. Now, you've already noticed that there is a large variety of different ranks in this game. For example, I am a staff sergeant. Verkion over here is a master sergeant. Nick over here is a senior lieutenant. And essentially, some things to note. Now, I know that you refer to us as sir in this game. However, once you have passed basic training and actually are in operations, and you are talking in chat, do not refer to non-commissioned officers as sir. Never refer to non-commissioned officers as sir. You refer to them by their rank. If you don't know what their rank is, simply check inside the server or check in the VC, because we always use a VC for events, and check someone's rank to make sure you say it correctly. But for future reference, this rank on my shoulder is a staff sergeant rank. And if Verkion turns to the right real quick, that is the master sergeant rank. And the officers are pretty easy to spot out because they are always carrying a sword when they're in their formals. So that's why they don't really have any specific rank slides on their shoulders, because instead they have little shoulder pips. Anyways, now as you can see behind you, there are two boards. I'm not going to go into detail on the two boards. So if you guys are interested, you can simply join the game anytime and just look through them in your own time. But to have a basic understanding, from recruit, the first rank is recruit or conscript in this case. Essentially, that's what you guys are until you finish this basic training, which you will then receive private. Then from private to Lance Corporal, you are essentially just enlisted personnel. Of course, Lance Corporal being the most senior enlisted personnel. Those guys are the ones who are in line for an NCO promotion. And then from Corporal to Staff Sergeant is regular NCOs. So regular NCOs being like just below senior NCOs, with senior NCOs being the in between officer and NCO. Make sense so far? Go ahead, Red. No, but it is highly recommended. You're not required to have a mic, but it is highly recommended. Gives you bonus points. Now, a major difference between staff sergeants and sergeant majors is that they have certain permissions that staff sergeants don't have, certain things that sergeant majors can do. There's also the sergeant general, which is pretty much the sergeant of sergeants. That's the best way to describe it. He is the ultimate sergeant. He pretty much overlooks most of the NCO corps. Then once you have become an officer, it's from junior lieutenant to, I believe, captain is regular officers, and then from major to marshal is high com. Pretty straightforward stuff. Some additional ranks that aren't mentioned on the list. Major is on high com? Oh yeah, fair enough. It's from... High com would be from... Lieutenant Colonel, wouldn't it? From Lieutenant Colonel up is high com. Fair. Anyways, a rank that is not mentioned on the list that should probably be added is warrant officers. Now, if I remember correctly, there's two types of warrant officers, and those are pretty much the runners up for the junior lieutenant rank. Now, any quick questions before we proceed? All right. Instructors, anything you guys would like to say before we move back outside? Nice table, bro. Anything from you, Buck? Guess not. All right. If you guys all form a single file line in front of me. I'm going to be making our way back out into the yard. Ready? March. I'm going to be taking you guys back to the courtyard. So let's move. Double time. Once you've arrived, STS on the line. Why are your arms up? Don't worry about your kit. Verk, could you quickly just take Ixa to the could you quickly just abduct Ixa and take him back to the locker so he can get his kit? Thank you. Fill gap. Backline, fill the gaps. Front line doesn't move. Backline fills the gaps. Why are there two gaps here? Come on, you guys know this. It's from right to left. There you go. Now we'll simply wait for We'll simply wait for. Oh, there he is. Ixa, don't shove people out of the spot. If you see that your spot is taken, just go back, go into the furthest back. It's not a competition to have a quote unquote spot in a line. Now, I thank you all for coming to this training. There's one last thing we're going to do before we take a picture, and that is I'm going to teach you how to formally be dismissed. We do this at the end of every operation, every event, every raid, everything. It is pretty much the one thing that we all have that's consistent. So what I'm going to do is that when I say squad or platoon or company or any derivative, you will wait for me to say dismissed. And what you will do is that from your position, you will take a 45-degree angle to the right. You'll take a few steps. You should walk around this far at least. And you say, "Hua." Once that, you are formally dismissed. But do not leave the game yet, as we will need to take a picture. Actually, let me just take a quick screenshot now. Verk, did the candidate have a screenshot of when the training started? Since he left early. All right, we'll have to ask him after that. All right, get ready for orders. So, squad. Nope, don't turn yet. Don't turn yet. I didn't say dismissed. Only turn when I say dismissed. So we'll try again. Squad. Dismissed. Excellent. All right, thank you all for coming. You may leave the game.